Alright, welcome back folks to more 428 Shibuya Scramble. Last time we played, we met up with our two protagonists. For now, we've met with Aki, and Kano. Aki is a eco rebel. Basically, he's there to clean up the streets. He's called the Mean Clean, and yeah, he hates pollution. And this is Kano. He is a detective, and we're trying to stop a kidnapping. Well, actually, there was a kidnapping, and we're trying to find out what's going on with that. Now, the time chart so far has been pretty interesting. We were stopped here by with Aki. We had saved the girl, but we ended up face to face with a guy with a gun. So I'm gonna assume that we want to go here? Maybe. Maybe, I'm not sure. Now, we've done this before. The man darted down a narrow alleyway, Kano ran faster. Now, I just want to be sure if that'll break our bad end, or do we have to take another path? He knew his way around Shibuya. Man shot out a major thoroughfare, bolted up a pedestrian bridge. Where was this guy headed? Halfway across the bridge, the man stopped abruptly. Oh, curious. Kano stopped as well. Uh-oh. Height, roughly 190 centimeters. Age, 30. He looks more than 30, actually. Hair, dark brown. Clothing, all black. He's more like a 40... 45. A moment later, the man flashed a triumphant sneer as he held up the attaché case. Before Kano could even yell stop, it was already too late. He's gonna drop it. The man threw the attaché case down the roadway below. No! Panicking, Kano peered over the railing. But the plan was in motion. Teeth British. A man on a motorcycle was waiting beneath the bridge. I've been had. Kano bit his lip hard. Damn it! Kano sprinted back down the bridge, hearing the bike's engine roar to life. He had to make it in time. There's no way you're catching up to a bike. I'm sorry. But you might be able to identify the bike itself. Descending the stairs four at a time. Holy cow. That's dangerous. He leapt towards the roadway, but the bike sped out of... I was about to sneeze there. Sped out of reach. And roared away in the direction of Yoyogi, leaving Kano in its dust. Looking back up at the overpass, he saw the man who'd thrown the attaché case running away. He handed the money off to someone else. He's currently on a motorcycle heading towards Yoyogi. His report to Kuze complete, Kano slumped down in dismay. The cops had played right into the criminal's hands. Now the crooks are getting away, and people's lives were in danger. 4 at a time dangerous? Okay, Boomer. Mike, you go up 1 at a time and you're in danger of dying, so I wouldn't even talk, alright? Mr. Glass, as they call you. Was there any greater failure for a policeman? Staring off in the distance, where the man who'd thrown the case had disappeared, Kano gritted his teeth. To be continued? Huh? Nani? We're both blocked. You finished reading both character stories for the hour of 10 o'clock. In 428, you'll make your way through all the protagonists' stories in parallel like this. Once everyone has reached the end of a given hour, the next hour can begin. What was that? On the right side, a dog? So scrambled. Achievement unlocked. Welcome to Shibuya. Oh my god, we got a ton of them. This is the end of the tutorial. What? We just did the tutorial? You can reread previous tutorial messages via the main menu. There's a lot of important info in there, so reread it closely. Now, 428 has reached the 10 o'clock time block. You have 5 protagonists. Whose story will you read first? Oh man. Got Achi, Kano, Minorikawa, Osawa, Tama. Who we going with? Tama? All right. A little music. Little mascot. Bet you want some candy. It's so hot. Hey, you want some samples? It's so hot in this thing. Way too hot. I feel like I'm sitting in a sauna. Everyone else in the street looks nice and cool. But here I am, getting treated to my very own personal midsummer heat wave. On top of that, I can barely see. I can barely breathe. For that matter. But hey, what can I do? I'm just a dog. Huff huff, pant pant, huff huff, pant pant. Oh, I'm so thirsty. Some iced tea would be amazing right now. I have iced tea right now. Nearby. I'm gonna pass out from dehydration at this rate. I may as well admit it. I underestimated how tough this would be. Is he thirsty like Teddy? Yes, that's what he meant. He didn't want something to drink, he wanted some ass. Who knew wearing a mascot costume would be so uncomfortable? A delicate young lady like myself has no business, oh, it's a girl, has no business doing this sort of job. I suddenly have so much respect for the people on those superhero team shows. Like, can you imagine doing action scenes in something like this? Heck, all I'm doing is standing here and I'm this close to calling it quits. Me every day. But I can't. I need the work. I need the money. This is no time to be a wuss. If I give up on this, what else am I possibly going to do? Check out the revolutionary new diet drink, Burning Hammer. I thrust up. What does that mean? Free sample? Let's find out. A free portion, usually quite small, of a product given out to customers as a sales gimmick allows them to test the quality and effect of a cosmetic or health product prior to purchase. Frequently referred to as trial size or freebie version of the product. In addition to passing out free samples on the streets, some shops also include free samples when purchased products with purchased products. Please note that simply taking a product without paying it in order to test it simply taking a product without paying for it in order to test it out is theft. Don't do it. I thrust a free sample towards passerbys while shouting as long as I can, "Come on, give it a try." Oh, it's no use. People just walk by one after the other. They avoid looking at the sample. It's been like this ever since I started standing here. What gives? You'd think at least one person would have taken a bottle by now. I mean, it's free. I haven't managed to give a single one away. If this keeps up, there's no way I'm getting paid. Oh man, just dump it in the trash before, leaving. And this would be this whole miserable experience will be all for nothing. Just drink this and watch the pounds melt away. No exercising or dieting necessary. Ethical What do you mean, ethical 1x at work? What sort of game is this? This is a visual novel. Kinda. It's a visual novel with time mechanics. I can hear the desperation in my own voice. Just burn those pounds away. They're giving me cold looks now. They probably think I'm some shyster trying to offload dodgy products. It's that simple. That's simple, folks. You just drink the weight away. I guarantee it. Heck, this whole thing reeks of a scam to me too. Uh-oh, what does that mean? In other words, it seems extremely dubious or sus. The word scam, referring to a type of dishonest scheme, is actually of unknown origin. Several folk etymologies have been proposed, including that it comes from a simple shortening of scandalous misdeeds. But these claims have little evidence to support them. Losing weight just by drinking some concoction is way too good to be true. But still, free is free. Hell yeah. You'd think I'd be able to give out one or two away. It's not like I'm not trying. Okay, pep talk. You can do this. Think about the money. Start with one bottle. Alright, I'm gonna give this bottle away to the next person I see no matter what. I close my eyes and gather my determination. I just need to get started, and the momentum will build from there. Alright, eyes open. There are two people walking in my direction. Wait, two? Which one do I pick? I keep waffling, they're both gonna pass me by. I just need to hand this bottle off. Which one of these guys looks more likely to take it? I try to force it on the businessman to the left. I try to force it off the disheveled fellow to my right. Right? You guys want right? Hobo needs love. He's actually a detective. Clutching the free sample in my furry fist, I try to force it off on the disheveled fellow to my right. To my surprise, he takes it. Huh? What's this? He lifts an eyebrow as he looks at the bottle. I flap my fuzzy arms and strike a cute pose as I launch into the product pitch. It's Burning Hammer, the #1 new diet drink. Please give it a try. No thanks, says the man. I'm good. I keep my arms held open wide and pretend I didn't hear that. Look, I'm in a hurry. You should give this to someone else. He tries to hand the sample back to me, but I hold my ground. For a few moments, we are at a silent impasse. Maybe he's weirded out by my cat alter ego holding its freeze frame pose, because eventually he looks away, slips the bottle into his pocket, and walks off. I did it. I finally got someone to take one. There's still so many samples left. My brief surge of excitement dies before it can even fully take hold. I wonder how the other mascot is doing about now. Oh. Look at this guy. What a pro. Well, he is a huge rooster. There's a sales demo happening today at 1 o'clock at the Nokane building. Huh? Looks like the chicken has handed out all kinds of samples. I don't get it. How come nobody's taking mine? What could I possibly be doing wrong? I look at the clock. It's a little after 11. My morning of wandering around hawking diet drinks is just about over. I need to get ready to head over to the sales demo. I'd love to take the costume off, but then I'd have to carry it. The samples I haven't given out are almost too heavy as is. Oh well, might not have gotten the results, but I tried my best. I hope they don't withhold my pay or anything. Hey, what gives? You got that many left? Oh, oh no, the chicken. The chicken speaks with a female voice. Yeah, I reply sheepishly. Nobody seems to want to take mine. Well, I mean, yeah. Are you looking for the right targets? Huh? Like groups of girls or bored-looking older ladies? Those are the types you gotta be gunning for, you know? Wow, I hadn't even considered that. Now that she says it, it seems so obvious. This is a diet drink after all. Of course I'm not gonna have any luck trying to foist it off random guys. Well, whatever, the chicken says. Here, give me the samples you got left. The chicken dumps the whole lot into her baskets. Into her basket. I'll drink whatever's left so they don't find out you didn't pass them out. Huh? Wait, like all of them? Yeah, all of them. The chicken sounds pretty confident in herself. These may just be sample-sized bottles, but still, they add up to a lot. I can feel myself on the brink of tears at the kindness of her offer. Thank you so much. That's a huge help. I bow deeply, which makes my mascot head wobble. Leaving the station behind, we head down Center Guy towards the Nakani building. What is the Nakani building? Well, it's a multi-tenant office building in Udagawasho, located in Center Guy, Shibuya's downtown district. In addition to hosting the weight loss drink sales demo, the building is also home to the foreign capital protection firm Japan Cellcom. The IT mainstay Shibuya OnNet, Son, the video game developer Shindai Tradco, and Strike Back Labs, publisher of the monthly magazine Science Strikes Back, along with many other businesses. I call it the Nagane? Nokane. The Burning Hammer sales demo is going to be held here this afternoon. This job is supposed to pay 10,000 yen for the day. But if we can sell at least 100 bottles at the demo, they've promised another 10,000 on top of that. I need to make sure I sell those 100 bottles. I need that 200,000 yen. Wait, what is that 200,000 yen? Like 200 bucks? And I need it ASAP. We arrive at the Nokane building, a rundown multi-tenant office complex. We head into the room where the Burning Hammer sales demo is taking place. There are already about 50 seats set out. I wonder how many people the free samples will pull in. Oh, this is so cheesy. Hey, Canada. And Brazil. And the US. And Sweden. And China. And Greece. The stage has been set at the far end of the room. That's where I'm going to be standing, sipping Burning Hammer while explaining its effects to the customers. Hurry up and take that thing off. The chicken flaps her wings as she speaks. It's kind of early, but come on, let's have lunch. I'm starving. Now that she mentions it, I realize I'm pretty hungry myself. The demo's not starting for another 2 hours. Burning Hammer sounds like a euphemism for gonorrhea. God damn it, Mike. Get out of here. I can't win a war against my stomach for that long. Haha, yeah. The chicken and I head out to the waiting room where they've set out our lunches for us. It's 2 Burning Hammers. That's the lunch. Mind getting my back real quick? The chicken asks. Can love truly bloom in the chicken suit? She arches her back towards me. Oh my! Can I show this? Should I blur this out? Apparently, she can't reach her own zipper. Oh, sure, just give me a sec. I try to unzip the back of the chicken suit, but my own suit's thick, fuzzy fingers have a hard time of it. What's the holdup? Come on, I'm roasting in this thing. Hurry up and get it off me. I've almost got it, it's just awkward with these mitts. Finally, I get a hold of the zipper and yank it. Downward. Don't yank it. Boing! A girl emerges from the chicken as if the chicken itself were an egg. Whew! I'm alive! Her red sweatshirt is drenched in sweat while it did its job. Almost at once, she's kicking back and cooling off with a hand fan. Sorry, but would you mind getting me too? I ask. Yeah, okay. I turn my back to the girl. I hear metal clacking behind me. At long last, I'm about to be free of this 5-ton fursuit. Haven't we been there? Am I right, chat? Huh? Huh? The girl murmurs awkwardly. Huh? What? A spike of anxiety hits me. What's wrong, I ask. Yeah, that's a no-go. Zipper's busted. What? Yeah, sorry, this thing ain't coming off. What? My vision goes dark. No, no, no! I tug desperately at the costume, but no luck. I'm trapped inside. What the crap? Oh well, we can talk to the boss about it when he gets back, the girl says. It's not like we can just cut it off you with scissors or anything. She sounds entirely unconcerned. So unfair. I need to get out of this stuffy, sweltering steam bath as soon as possible. All I can do is clench my fist in impotent rage. But anyway, good work out there today, the girl continues. I'm Chiriko Usugi. By the way, you can call me Chiri. She smiles and as she introduces herself. I mean, I'm a pretty cheery gal after all. Oh, I like her. She breaks into a hearty guffaw. Well, you lost me there. Oh, sure. I say, it's nice to meet you. Yeah, for sure. So I guess you're not going to be able to eat lunch in that getup. Huh? Oh, that's right. What should I do? Don't sweat it. Leave it to me, huh? I'll eat both lunches myself. Is this a sitcom? Shuri doesn't even wait for me to reply before reaching for my lunch. It'd be a shame to let it go to waste, she says. She makes it sound like leftover food is a bigger concern than my hunger. I can feel my appetite. Sorry. I can feel my appetite stirring all the more as she devours my meal with a satisfied grin on her face. A faint, pathetic gurgle rises from my belly. What are you doing? It's just a cheap little prepackaged box lunch, but right now it looks like a feast. So what's your name? Chiri asks. Her cheeks are still packed with rice. My name? Yeah. Oh, it's, As I struggle to think of an answer, my eyes alight on the piece of tamagoyaki. Why is that not underlined? What the hell is tamagoyaki? Chat, we need to know. Someone look it up. What is tamagoyaki? Yaki is taiyaki. What the hell does that even mean? It's food. Thanks, guys. That's it. Playthrough's over. It's a rolled egg omelet. Thank you. Clutch between Shiri's chopsticks. Oh! The yellow slab of lightly grilled egg wobbles to and fro. I can see the inside from the way it's been sliced. It looks somewhat undercooked. Come on, what's your name? Huh? Oh, right, that, Tama. It's Tama. You mean like the famous cat? Well, ain't that famous cat? Huh? Well, ain't that fitting? Tamagoyaki, literally grilled egg, is a type of Japanese omelet which is made by rolling together several layers of fried beaten eggs. Let's see, we've learned something today. Shiri chortles and stuffs a piece of tamagoyaki in her mouth, then takes a big swig of iced tea. Oh man, iced tea would be great right now. I am beyond jealous. I wish I could gorge myself on those lunch boxes until I'm full to bursting. Heck, even a cold glass of iced tea would be a lifesaver right now. I'm so thirsty. I'm starting to get all dizzy. Maybe I really am getting dehydrated. This isn't good. If I don't do something, I'm gonna pass out before the sales demo even starts. Gotta remember something. The zipper down my back might be busted, but I can still take the head off, right? At least I'll still be able to eat and drink stuff. Alright. Grab the head with both hands and yank it upwards with all my might. Rock my head back and forth, good and hard. Ask Chiri to assist me. Sorry, would you mind helping me pull my head off? A, B, C, B. Ooh. We're going with B. I decide to rock my head back and forth, good and hard. Huh. Rah. Gah. Nah. What gives? It won't come free no matter how hard I try to buck it off. And to make things worse, now I've got this dull, throbbing pain at the back of my head. Like I bumped my head somewhere, but I don't remember doing that recently. Chiri flashes me a curious look. What are you doing? She asks. I thought maybe I could get at least the head off. I try pulling again, refusing to give up. That ain't gonna work. That thing's attached to the body. Oh, no. I slump forward in defeat, face planting on the tabletop. No! Those folks would have noticed that when they've put it on, you know. Well, I didn't. The boss helped me get into that thing. Well, don't let it get you down. Here, some of this. She pulls a bottle with a straw from her bag and pours some of the tea into it. Oh, isn't that adorable? In a fever of thirst, I jam the plastic straw through the mascot's costume mouth. Thraw. Thankfully, it reaches as far as my own. I've learned to speak already. No. I suck for all I'm worth. Oh, that could be taken into several bad places. I suck, and I suck. Do not. I swear to God, chat. My body rejoices as the moisture returns to it, like rain coming to the desert. And thus I revive. Actually, it does feel like I'm coming back to life. Oh, thank you so much. I'm never gonna forget this as long as I live. With tears welling up in my eyes, I clutch Chiri's hand with my fuzzy mitts. Ah, hey, I'm not the kind of person to abandon someone in need, you know? She replies. An embarrassed grin crosses her face. How come you carrying this bottle around with you anyway, I ask. Oh, that's because I make my own protein juice. You lifting? You swole? Swollen out of control? In Japan, the word protein is frequently used to refer as a powdered health food supplement that contains vitamins and minerals as well as a protein component. It is dissolved in milk or other liquid to create a drink, A protein diet typically involves drinking a glass of this in place of a meal. Drinking it in place of tea would assuredly lead to weight gain. Protein juice? Never heard of it. Never heard of protein. SOYAMAX. No. SOYAMAX. Yeah, that's chat's favorite drink for sure. I heard that if you have protein juice for one of your 3 meals a day, you'll lose weight. So yeah, you kinda need to keep it. Given Shiri's sort of, well, chubby frame, I don't think the protein's been working great, I don't think the protein's been working so great for her. I've been trying all sorts of stuff, but right now, protein is totally the best thing for my diet. This stuff, though. SOYAMAX vanilla, my favorite. I knew it. I knew it. Shiri casts her eyes at the samples of burning hammer on the table. It's like totally bogus. Huh? Bogus? That's a surprise. Well, yeah, Shiri says. You've got to exercise if you want to burn body fat. Say what? I'm so... God damn it, Istar. The best way to burn fat is to engage in a steady, low-intensity aerobic exercise. After roughly 20 minutes of such exercise, the body burns through its available blood sugar, and the brain sends signals to have fat brought into the bloodstream. That is how fat is burned. Anaerobic exercise, which leaves you panting and breathless, is not effective. She smacks herself on one flabby arm. Let's do it. There we go. I mean, there's no way you're gonna lose weight by taking in more calories. Huh? Didn't she say she was drinking protein juice to lose weight? I keep that thought to myself. I mean, that would be ridiculous as all you can eat Kobe beef, she asks. She adds, what? Why would that be ridiculous? Why is all you can eat Kobe beef ridiculous? Are you role-playing? Yes. I better take some SOYAMAX. Clearly. She shakes her head seriously. I'm not sure about using all you can eat anything as an example in a discussion about weight loss. But then again, I keep the thought to myself. But hey, a job's a job, Shiri says after a moment, perking up again. They tell me to sell this junk, and I'll sell it. A sudden wailing comes through the other side of the door. Please, just give me time. I swear I'll get it back to you. What the heck? Shiri says. Is that the boss? That's definitely Mr. Yanagishita's voice. He's the guy who hired me. Sliding up alongside Shiri, I very quietly open the door and take a peek inside. Mr. Yanagishita is down on his hands and knees, begging, while 2 uncouth-looking men glower at him. Just a little more time is all I ask, he pleads. Once I sell this stuff, I can pay you back. I see a tiny bottle of burning hammer in his hand. Just a little more. Just a little more, mimics the middle-aged fella. I just gotta sell this. We've heard enough of that out of you. Yeah, the younger guy sneers. We ain't giving you more time, so quit asking. But I really just need a little longer this time. Please, you gotta believe me. From the look of things, Mr. Yanagishita is dealing with some loan sharks. Is this Yakuza? Though it seems obvious that this term refers to toothy predators of the deep, the word shark in this case actually has its origins in an older Germanic word meaning parasite or someone who preys on others. The same word gave rise to the terms pool shark and cart shark. In the case of loan shark, though, the initial mental image seems quite appropriate. And the two thugs are clearly in no mood for his continued groveling. Shuri and I exchange a glance. It's probably best if we don't go out there right now. But now I'm really worried. Am I actually gonna get paid for this gig? As I'm pondering that, one of the men grabs Yanagishita by the nape of his neck and drags him to his feet. Come with us, pal. We'll take you to some place where you can work off your debts. Say what? Mr. Yanagishita wails. The two men drag him away. Huh? Guess he's gone then, Shuri says. She's already starting to pack up her things. Hey, what are you doing? I ask. Going home, not much point in sticking around. Going home? I mean, the demo sure ain't happening now. Anyway, nice working with you. See ya. Moments later, Shuri's out the door. Shuri is kind of I don't know, but if you see someone stuck in a costume, you might want to, I don't know, help her out. Oh, poor Tama. What do I do? I've been left here all by myself. More or less a total loss. Bad end. Shift's over. Oh, no hints. So I'm off to max out my soy end. Oh. It won't come off. Well, let's try another way. Grab the head in both hands and yank it upward with all my might. Ask Shuri to assist me. A or C, chat. A or C. Oh, we're split here. Well, we'll go with A since it's the first one that came up. I decide to grab the head in both hands and yank it upward with all my might. Oh, come on. No matter how hard I pull, it won't come off. Ow. A dull pain throbs at the back of my head. Did I smack it against something at some point? Well, same thing as before. We're just gonna plow through that. That's adorable. Say you suck again. No, that's fine. You got it once. You're not gonna get it again. I'm trying to conserve my voice at the same time. When are we getting a tamagoyaki making stream? What is tamagoyaki? Wish I could go faster. What's tamagoyaki again? I know, it's egg omelet. Well, that reminds me, there was a picture of someone catching like a 50-pound goldfish. That was me, by the way. I didn't want you guys to know, but that was actually me. I'm back in the sea now. What do I do? I've been left here all by myself. A total loss. Bad endo. I told you it's C. No, you didn't. Prove it. Name 5 times you pressed C. Oh, no! Time chart. There we go. I decided to ask Cherry. Sorry, would you mind helping me pull my... Ow! Feeling a dull, throbbing pain at the back of my head. Like I bumped my head somewhere, but I don't remember doing that recently. What are you doing? I thought maybe I could at least get my head off. Oh, no. It's still... No. You was wrong! I guess we're stuck here. For now. And thus I revive. I'll never forget this. I make my own protein juice. SOYAMAX. I wish I was lean with SOYAMAX. Think you need the boys' help? Maybe. Job's a job. Now, I've got the sneaking suspicion that we might have to have another character come in and stop these guys from doing their Yakuza stuff. Can you go back to the part where you chose who you gave the drink to? Maybe. Come with us, pal. You're gonna work off your debts. Going home. Not much point sticking around. That's a shame. Well, that's what happens to mascot characters. Bad end. Shift's over. All right, let's try and see who to choose. Let's force it off to the businessman. Here you go, sir. A free sample of Burning Hammer, the latest and greatest diet drink. The businessman flashes me a look of utter contempt and makes a point of avoiding me as he slips past. Bam! There goes the wind right out of my sails. I wonder how the other mascot is doing right now. Okay, so it's still going. Still the same thing. This really says something about class society. True that. True that. I mean, it's a lot more suffering to be a mascot character in sweltering heat than being a businessman, so I don't know why he had a look of contempt there. Okay, well, there's no point in that. We get to, let's choose another character then. You go with Aki, Kano, Minorikawa, or Osawa. Frantic. The Super Club 90 raced down Route 246 towards Shibuya. What is the Super Club 90? A motorcycle produced by Honda with an 85cc engine displacement. Common sight around town, often used by newspaper and postal delivery workers. Many owners are big enthusiasts, sometimes even swapping out parts such as the handlebars or mufflers and giving the body a repaint, resulting in fashionable bikes that don't even look like Super Cubs. I thought it was Super Club. Like Super Cubs at first glance. Yeah, it's Super Cub. The speedometer remained at a steady 60 clicks per hour. Pumping the gas harder was no use. This was as fast as the bike would go. Minoru Minorikawa shouted as he sped along. Damn it! I'm not letting you die! He jerked the handlebars and blew past the truck on the inside. The driver scowled at him as he shot by. You maniac! Are you trying to get yourself killed? Just the opposite, Minorikawa shouted back. I'm saving lives! The stoplight ahead turned red, cutting him off at the intersection. Oh, come on! He had no choice but to slam on the brakes, but his agitation boiled over as he waited for the signal to change again. How long is this thing gonna stay red? I thought we beat this game. No, we did not beat this game. We beat the tutorial. We just learned that like 40 minutes ago. He brought the bike right up to the very edge of the line, keeping the engine revved like a dragster ready to peel out. Not on time is not in my dictionary. The light turned red. Then Minorikawa's own light turned green at last. He hit the accelerator as hard as he could. His engine died with a sputter. Huh? Oh, come on, what the hell? Car horns blared angrily behind him. In a fury, he pulled his bike over to the side of the road. No matter what he did, the engine refused to turn over. Was the problem with the spark plug? Or maybe the battery? Whatever it was, he didn't have time to figure it out on his own. With tears in his eyes, he left his bike, his companion of 10 years, abandoned on the roadside. He was about to break into a run when he saw a taxi dead ahead, letting out a passenger. He hurried to hop into the cab. What is that sign on his shoulder there? Head for the Shibuya station. I'll let you know exactly once we get closer. The taxi driver nodded coolly. Of course, sir. 10 minutes! Wait, don't point at the camera. Huh? I need you to get me there in 10 minutes. The driver grimaced. I'm afraid getting there in 10 minutes is a bit... 15 then. Sir, that's still... Look, that's all the time I can afford. Assuming traffic conditions cooperate, sir, then maybe. I can't make any promises. Minorikawa looked at the driver's ID photo above the fare meter. His name was Hachiro Kimazuka. He was a middle-aged fella. Looked a little ruffled around the edges. Mr. Kimazuka, I chose you for this. You can do it. Chose me. Sir, I'm pretty certain we met by chance. Okay, sure. I suppose you can phrase it that way. Anyhow, can we get going? Right. Kimazuka said with a faint sigh. I'll see what I can do. The taxi pulled away at a decent clip. Minorikawa's frantic journey had started 20 minutes earlier. He'd been at home working on an interview piece. Hello, hello. He clucked his tongue at annoyance as the ringing phone broke his train of thought. Why did someone always call right when the words were flowing? I hate to see that happen, though. If he didn't keep getting interrupted, he probably could wrap this piece up in no time. It's Moshi Moshi. I thought it was Moshi Mush. Mush. Be quiet, he pointed at the telephone as he yelled. I'm right. Hey, I'm riding here. But his shouting did nothing to silence the ringing. He didn't have much choice but to pick up. Minorikawa speak. There was no response. Hello? He hesitated, ready to hang up. Was this a prank call? It's me. It's Toyama. It was Teruo? Toyama, the president of Heaven Publishing. What is Heaven Publishing? A publishing company that puts out both hard-hitting non-fiction books and tabloid-style scandal rags. The Invincible Journalist, penned by company president Toyama himself, was a candidate for the Japan Non-Fiction Prize. Japanese drop the I sound. Minorikawa? Publishing? Oh, what do you want? If this is about work, I'm already booked pretty full. Well, I don't know about that file, though. He'd taken work from Heaven Publishing on several occasions, but the pay was hardly competitive. Lately, he'd been turning them down a lot, so he hadn't heard from Toyama in a while. No, this isn't work-related. Now, what do you want? I'm kind of pressed for time here. Working on some copy. Minarikawa was in no mood to beat around the bush. It seemed like every conversation he had with Toyama went like this. Ah, you're busy. That's good. Busy's good when you're a freelancer. Yeah, tell me about it, right? Toyama sounded unusually sympathetic. Minarikawa found it off-putting. I hear sales have been good on your end, he said cautiously. With this month's 4-star general gossip and all. What is 4-star general gossip? A magazine focusing on the private lives of celebrities and politicians. Most of the articles found in these pages are random nonsense, but 1 out of every 100 or so contains an actual major scoop, making it a difficult outlet to ignore. It had a small circulation and, for the most part, flew under the radar, but once in a while, they'd land some big scoop and sell like crazy. This month's edition had come with a free scratch card, a gimmick that had moved 10,000 copies with ease. 5 winning symbols in a row wins 100,000 yen, was it? Minarikawa asked. A weak, moist sound came through the receiver. Baffled, Minarikawa listened more closely. Came again, then again. It sounded like sobbing. Mr. Toyama, are you crying? There was another soft sob, and then another. What's going on? Where are you? Minarikawa asked. At the office, Toyama managed. He let out another mewling whimper. What's the matter? It's nothing. Well, it's gotta be something. Come on, what is it? Toyama gave no reply. Mr. Toyama, you still there? Silence. What is it? What happened? Look, doesn't tell me anything. What the hell's going on? Toyama squeaked out a drawn-out whine. Okay, I'm sick of this. I'm hanging up now. Minarikawa was about to break the connection when he heard Toyama's murmur. The only thing I can do now is die. The taxi lurched to a sudden stop as his driver slammed on the brakes. Minarikawa pitched forward, his face smacking against the back of the seat in front of him. Kimizuka stuck his head out the window. Careful, buddy! He shouted at someone in the street ahead. You're gonna get yourself killed! Minarikawa blinked from the stars from his eyes and saw a man moving alongside the cab. The guy grabbed onto the handle of the back of the door. Please, I need you to let me have this cab. No way, Minarikawa snapped. Just who did this guy think he was? Please, I'm begging you here. Look, I'm in a hurry, pal. Get your own cab. I know how ridiculous this must sound, but please. This is really, really urgent. Urgent? Yes, it's a matter of life or death. Please. The guy looked pretty desperate. Look, I'm sorry, but I'm dealing with something urgent too. Don't point at people. That's impolite. Look, he's pointing at chat right now. Look how impolite he is. Then let me ride with you. We ride or die together as homies. I'll pay for the whole fare. My entire future is on the line here. The guy sure was persistent. Maybe he was telling the truth. Minarikawa had problems of his own. Sorry, buddy. It's life or death on my end, too. I gotta look after me and mine. Yeah? The game? Oh, the controller died. It's too exciting. Hello? Game? Game? Okay, well, guess we're not using the controller. Right. Why are you playing with the controller? Why not? So sorry to trouble you. Finally, the guy gave up and shuffled away. Guess it couldn't have been that much of a life-ending crisis after all. Minarikawa checked his wristwatch. Damn it! That cost us 5 minutes. I'll try to make it up, sir. The driver called back. The taxi lurched into motion, the engine quickly revving up the speed. Once inside the building, he avoided the elevator in favor of rushing up the stairs. Having publishing rented out 3rd and 4th floors, in all likelihood, Toyama would be at the editing department of 4-Star General Gossip on the 4th floor. When he got there, the door was locked. Mr. Toyama! Hey, Mr. Toyama! He shouted and banged, but there was no reply. Something was seriously wrong. Minarikawa took a deep breath and then kicked the door in. Whoa! The sight as he stepped into the office filled him with horror. Oh no! Hang in there, buddy. Minarikawa clutched the sides of his head. I'm too late. Bad end. Oh no. If only I had gotten here a little sooner. Bad end. No. Ugh. Can't believe I'm using the keyboard. Now the question is, how do I highlight stuff? Alright, well, Minarikawa. We can go with Osawa, or we can go with Kano, because Kano was the one who stopped us. Osawa, okay. Wealth, status, honor. None of these mean anything to me. All I want is a peaceful life. To put worry behind me. To stay calm and serene. To be free of worldly concerns. Free. At any cost. Oh, he's American. Oh. Hopefully I don't get DMCA'd for this. This American... A cheery rhythm pumped from the CD player set up against the study wall. It was the latest hit from Aya Kamiki, the songwriter sensation who was blowing up the pop charts. Don't turn it up! Kenji Osawa reached for the stereo remote on his desktop. He ratcheted the volume up a little louder. Everything's gonna be alright. He looked like the sort of man who'd been more interested in classical music, but in fact, he was a huge fan of the girl rock popular with middle schoolers. Closing his eyes, he swayed back and forth in time with the music, humming his favorite lyrics under his breath, but his movements faltered. It's no use. I'll never be a teenage girl. Aya's voice usually soothed whatever ailed him, but today she couldn't even help. Today, Osawa was a complete wreck in both body and mind. Mounds of paperwork were scattered across the desktop in his study. Oh no, it's a virus. The V virus. Mounds of paperwork were scattered across the desktop in his study, all of it about viruses and vaccines. It had only been a week since he'd returned from a business trip to his company's branch office in the US, and he was slated to go back in another week's time. There was a truly staggering amount of work he needed to get through while he was back home. He picked up one of the papers and glanced at it aimlessly, then tossed it back on the desk. Slumping back in his chair, he let out a long, deep sigh. He was in no mental state to work right now. I like the big biohazard sign on that paper. How are you going to read that? A faint knock at the door barely roused him from his torpor. Director, may I come in? It was his vice director, Mamoru Tanaka. Sure, door's open. Tanaka came into the study. Oh, I like the blue light there. I know it's not a great time, but... Osawa could barely make out his words. He tapped the remote, lowering the volume of the music. Tanaka continued apologetically. A call came in from the lab. There's been a leak. They're hoping for a response to the email they sent yesterday. I'm sure they don't need it today. Apparently, they do need an answer as soon as possible, sir. I did ask them to give you more time, but... I see. Osawa said wearily. All right, then. I'll send them the G-Virus. Tanaka dipped his head slightly and slipped out of the room. Osawa contemplated his colleague. Tanaka was a man he could truly depend on. He had enough of his own work to do. He didn't need to come here again today, but he did. They've been working in close concert ever since Osawa had gotten back to Japan. Without Tanaka's support, there was no way he would be in a mindset to do any work at all right now. Sliding up to his computer, Osawa opened his email program and started answering the work-related messages. He reported on his business travel expenses, offered his opinions on capital investments, requested confirmation on current medicinal stockpiles. He worked with bleak detachment. None of this meant anything to him right now. Then a new email appeared in his inbox. The sender was identified simply as A. The subject line read, 1 year ago, South Africa. The message body was blank, but there appeared to be multiple images attached. Ordinarily, Osawa would have deleted a message like this immediately, assuming that it contained some kind of virus. But the words South Africa drew his attention. Could this possibly be related to? He couldn't help but to wonder. For a long moment, He hovered the cursor over one of the image files. At last, as if spurred on by the upbeat rhythm in his ears, he double-clicked the mouse. It was a virus. His whole research is screwed. What is this? The grainy photograph showed a large room with a dozen or so people laid out in beds. It appeared to be some sort of medical ward. Osawa felt a strange flutter in his chest. He quickly opened another image. This one showed a close-up of one of the patients in his bed. Large red blotches covered his face. A large volume of blood appeared to be dripping from his ears and nostrils. Cold shudder ran up Osawa's spine. What the hell? These symptoms? Osawa opened up the remaining image files. Each new picture showed another of the patients. They all appeared to be teetering on the brink of death. There was no doubt about it. These people were infected with the UA virus. Oh man, how do I... Oh, there you go. What is the UA virus? The Delta variant. The UA virus. The UA virus belongs to a family of... Oh shit. Filoviridae, genus Ualaikavirus. Ualaikavirus. It's a member of the same family as the Ebola virus and causes UA virus fulminant hemorrhagic fever. It is capable of airborne transmission, although an infected individual cannot pass on the infection before the symptoms manifest. The U.S. Centers for Disease Control and Prevention, the CDC, have assigned the virus to risk group 4. Their classification for the most dangerous infectious agents. But how? Questions tumble through Sua's mind. Bring up the details on the CDC. Hey there, Shen, how you doing? His fingers tapped out a quick message. He doubted he'd get a response, but he might as well try. Who are you? Where are these images from? We work for Umbrella. The UA virus got its name from a Swahili word for flower. Supposedly, this was based on the fact that the propagated form of the virus resembled the petals of a flower. Despite the flowery name, however, the disease was anything but pretty. UA didn't just mean flower, it also meant to kill. As the name suggested, the virus had a mortality rate of 100%. Wait, what does that mean? Because most details regarding the UA virus have been suppressed, cases of UA infection are largely unknown to the world at large. Because all patients known to have been infected with the virus on official record have died within a short time frame, the mortality rate is given as 100%. As the incidence of known cases grows, the number may drop below 100, but the mortality rate will likely remain extraordinarily high. Moreover, there was a very short incubation period between infection, the onset of symptoms, and death. Inhaled virus particles can spread from the lungs to the lymph nodes, and from there disperse throughout the body. The virus propagates in several places, including liver cells and macrophages, a component of the immune system, and destroys the endothelial cells within the blood vessels. Upon reaching the brain, it forms a neural sludge of blood mixed with other bodily fluids. Damn, this is pretty nasty. Within roughly 12 hours, bleeding would set in throughout the body, everywhere but the bones and muscles, with lethal results. Due to its incredibly high mortality rate, the disease's very existence had been kept hidden from public knowledge. Endolymphatic. That was not lymphatic, though. Definitely not lymphatic. Yeah, that was endothelial. Making me freaking look back on that. Osawa's computer chimed to signify the arrival of a new email. The sender was A. He hurried to open the message. Once again, the subject line read, 1 year ago, South Africa. You can get rid of all the endolim fat by SOYAMAXing right now. Damn, you're right. If only everyone SOYAMAXed. Hit your max soy, your crimes. Nani? Osawa stared at those two words. My crimes? That left him with only further questions. He looked again at the images from the previous email. What makes any of this my crimes? He could see that the patient's bleeding was severe. He estimated that several hours had passed since the onset of the disease. It wouldn't be long before their lives were cut short. To feel that agony, that suffering, and then to perish. Am I to blame for that? Another faint knock came at the door. Darling, do you have a moment? It was his wife, Ai. Yes, come in, or just give me a second. And close our email. Yes, come in. I stepped into the study, the room filled with the scent of her perfume. Oh no. My last honey lozenge. I will not survive this. Well, we got half an hour, so it's not that bad. Have you reconsidered the whole America thing, she asked. This again? Osawa thought sullenly to himself. Please, he said, can we not discuss this right now? If not now, then when? You know this isn't a decision just to make on your own. On his latest business trip, a major American pharmaceutical firm had attempted to headhunt him, asking him to join them and be among the top researchers in the world. The money and prestige held no interest for him, and he was reluctant to turn his back on Okoshi Pharmaceutical. Now, what is that? The pharmaceutical company for which Kenji Osawa works. It is a major corporation with solid sales network both domestically and internationally, and an annual turnover of 1 trillion yen. It holds patents for several patents. It holds patents for several medications that are in demand worldwide, and is influential at the Ministry of Health, Labor and Welfare, and other political institutions. The company employs roughly 7,000 people, including 600 researchers. And he was reluctant to turn his back on Okoshi Pharmaceutical after his many years of service. Nonetheless, he was intrigued by the offer. It would mean the chance to conduct his virus research in a much better funded environment. Taking the job would necessitate relocating to the US, however. When he mentioned the possibility of emigrating to she shot down the idea on the spot. Her opposition was understandable. Ai's father, Suguru Makino, was a member of Okoshi Pharmaceutical's board of directors. No way he was going to let Osawa jump ship to another company. Darling, please. I drew in closer to him. Think about it from my perspective. If you leave for America, what am I supposed to tell my father? He'd gotten so used to it, that grating whine of hers. Ah, women, am I right? Coffee cup. Have you considered what might happen to Okoshi if you leave, dear? We can discuss that once all of this is finished. Osawa kept his voice as level as he could. You do remember that you're a director, right? I said. You have responsibilities. Stop thinking about yourself so much. And that is very, very Japanese mindset. With a sour look, I turned and departed. Well, he had known that moving to America would never be a simple matter. Would never be a simple matter, regardless of what his wife thought about it. There was another reason, however, the antiviral agent that he had developed at Okoshi. A therapeutic drug used to treat viral infections. Examples include the drugs used against influenza and HIV. These treatments do not eliminate infection, rather they simply inhibit the development of the disease. There are still many issues with such drugs, including risks that the treated viruses possess or develop a resistance that makes the treatment ineffective. Academic institutions and pharmaceutical companies worldwide devote tremendous resources to further advancing the field of antiviral medicine. After the UA virus was discovered, infectious disease research facilities worldwide had thrown themselves into a top-secret effort to develop a vaccine. What is a vaccine? Vaccines function by safely introducing a harmless or attenuated version of a virus or other pathogens into the human body. This triggers the body to produce antibodies against the pathogen, making it difficult for the dangerous version to take hold. But Makino had ordered Osawa to work on it, creating an antiviral agent, not a vaccine. A vaccine immunized the subject in order to prevent infection in the first place. Conversely, an antiviral agent could be used to treat patients already infected. It was a so-called wonder drug for combating the virus itself. Creating such a drug was far easier said than done. Developing the antiviral had been a long, arduous road. Only after years of research had Osawa's team succeeded in identifying a substance that might qualify as an antiviral agent for UA. In theory, if it was administered during the virus's initial stages, 100% recovery could be attained. Data also suggested that 80% survival rate for patients, this is going to come into play for sure. 80% survival rate for patients treated shortly after the onset of symptoms. But there was a fatal flaw with the new antiviral agent. The side effects on the body were unusually potent. If it was administered in amounts beyond a certain threshold, it was linked to life-threatening complications. For a time, the research was at an impasse. It had seemed that the drug had to be administered in high volume to combat the explosive propagation of the UA virus. But then Osawa had received some fortuitous news. Okoshi Pharmaceuticals nanotechnology. What is nanotechnology? Well, nanotechnology is created and or operated on an extremely small scale, often measured in nanometers. There are 1 billion nanometers in a meter. Some nanotech devices are literally regulated on the atomic level. The possibilities are ever expanding in practical fields such as medicine and material science. The United States is among the world leaders in the push for research and development. The Okoshi's pharmaceutical nanotechnology branch had engineered a cutting-edge device known as the DDS. What is the DDS? An acronym for Drug Delivery System. Such a system administers ultramicroscopic drug capsules to a targeted area of the body. Osawa had jumped on it immediately. By administering his antiviral agent with the nanotech DDS. Why is DDS? Oh, okay. Because DDS can be used to deliver a drug with pinpoint precision and only where it's needed, it can greatly reduce the side effects of even very potent drugs. The DDS developed by Okoshi Pharmaceutical utilizes advanced high-tech polymers, which ensures that the capsules containing the drug are fully broken down and eliminated from the body roughly 1 week after administration. Whoa! Animations! By administering his antiviral agent with the nanotech DDS, he was able to use smaller amounts of the drug to squash the UA virus with precision. The procedure was a huge success. There was a marked increase in the drug's efficacy, along with the expected decrease in the adverse side effects. What are those? Well, a pharmaceutical is said to have a positive effect if its use brings about the desired results when treating a medical condition But many drugs create unwanted or unforeseen adverse effects as well. Given the extreme complexity of most drugs' interactions with the human body, nearly any medicine can have both positive and negative effects. What? That's crazy. The effects have been confirmed via animal testing on monkeys. What's animal testing? Experiments involving drugs or medical techniques tested on animals to confirm their safety before they are used on humans. The 1964 Declaration of Helsinki, which lays out ethical standards for human experimentation, advocates responsible animal testing. But for many animal rights advocates, regard such testing as a form of animal cruelty. And now the antiviral was ready for the final development stage, clinical trials on humans. When a new drug is being prepared for government approval, after it's been tested on animals, it must pass tests on humans, clinical trials, that evaluate its safety and suitability. Such tests are frequently conducted on both patients and healthy individuals. In Japan, the development of new drugs is often hindered by insufficient legal infrastructure for conducting clinical trials, resulting in a smaller knowledge base and fewer opportunities for testing. But this very existence of this new wonder drug was still a secret. No doubt Akoshi's leadership would be reluctant to see Osawa, the drug's lead researcher, transferred to another company. Still, it wasn't completely outside the realm of possibility. Once the antiviral was out of development and announced to the public, Osawa would be free and clear. For that very reason, he was loath to cause any friction over the drug right now. This anxiety only magnified his concern about the email he just received. Osawa called up Tanaka over the intercom. There's something I want to show you. Would you come up here? He needed a second opinion, and Tanaka could be relied upon. Osawa opened the door the moment Tanaka knocked. He looked around before ushering his vice director inside. What's this about, sir? This. Just take a look at this. Blood. Osawa showed him one of the images. I hope this isn't Chris's blood. Tanaka's face went pale. It can't be. Tanaka clearly recognized the symptoms of the UA virus. Any idea what this is about? Osawa asked. No, sir. These images were just emailed to me. The subject line says, 1 year ago, South Africa. That would put it around the same time as the most recent run of infections, wouldn't it, sir? But that information isn't... Tanaka trailed off. Osawa nodded. The thing I don't understand is why these pictures were sent to me. Osawa opened the other email from A. The second message I got says that these pictures are my crimes. I'll look into this on my end, sir, Tanaka said. He hesitated uncomfortably. Sir, just to make sure Are you asking about what I think you're asking about? Osawa said. Tanaka gave a slight nod. Understood, Osawa said. Don't worry. I won't trouble you. I appreciate that, sir. Visibly relieved, Tanaka left the study. I feel like we're playing a different game. Well, a different VN. Osawa brought up a folder marked UA virus on a screen. Within the folder were enlarged images of the virus itself. He double-clicked on one of the images. It blew up on the monitor to reveal the pathogen in intricate detail. We're playing Disco? No. It feels like the visual novel of Resident Evil. A specimen of the UA virus was approximately 100 nanometers in diameter. 10,000 of them in line would take up barely a millimeter. But a single tiny viron, upon entering the human body, could become 2,000 in an hour. Well, there's a lot of exposition, is what I'm trying to say. That speed of multiplication was nothing short of astonishing. Even the Ebola virus. Wait, Ebola? Never heard of that. Well, the Ebola virus is of the family of the Flavoviridae that causes Ebola hemorrhaging fever. Currently, 5 characterized species are known: the Thai forest, Sudan, Reston, Zaire, and Bungibugyo. Ebola is widely known for its high mortality rate, 53 for the Sudan form, 88 for the Zaire. But the Reston variety, discovered in monkeys that had been brought into the US, had displayed no pathogenicity in humans. This game is just making me say words that I've never said before. Even the Ebola virus has a typical incubation period of 7 days or so before the infectees developed symptoms. For influenza, it was 1 or 2. But the onset of the UA virus happened in mere 12 hours. Yeah, really? It's VA practice. Osawa viewed an image slideshow of the virus's propagation mechanism. It was a fascinating sight, no matter how many times he looked at it. Lucky, what's Tamagoyaki? It's a nanovirus. It's about 10,000 nanometers wide. Viruses existed to multiply, nothing more. They had no motives, no driving logic. This will be on the test. It's what Armstrong used. Well, he is Texas strong after all. Nothing but simple multiplications. To Osawa, that fact held a certain air of mystery. If viruses had emotions, how would they feel about their lives? He had thrown himself into virus research in search of answers to questions like that. Answers that no man could truly know. I don't think viruses think or have emotions. I would assume. Unless. His development of the antiviral agent had really been nothing more than another job responsibility. He felt no particular sense of duty to protect people from a killer virus. Are we a psychopath? We are the viruses of the world. No, I think society is the virus. He was just happy for the chance to play around with the UA day after day. Uh-oh. I think our character is a psychopath. What's the other term? You know when you have no emotions? Another email arrived in his inbox. The sender A. Subject line. 1 year ago, South Africa. Sociopath, yeah. So I read the message. This time. Do not look away. These are your crimes. This time, 4 images were attached. Osawa proceeded to open each of them in turn. The first shocked Osawa so much he felt like he'd been punched in the head. You need a neural system for sensations anyways. How would they have feelings? I guess in a more esoterical sense. One of the UA patients from earlier was being injected with something. No. Osawa muttered to himself. It can't be. The second image showed one of the infected hunched over in pain, vomiting up blood. The symptoms had already manifested, but Osawa thought he could see that some degree of life had come back to the patient's eyes. He rushed to open the third image. It showed a morgue piled high with corpses. The rictus of anguish on the dead faces made them look no longer human. Is this world? Am I playing World of Horror here? Are we gonna go investigate the apartments now? Various fluids seeped from the eyes and nostrils. The lymph nodes were grotesquely swollen. Wait, what? What's a lymph node? Small organs that function as part of the lymphatic system in mammals. When foreign substances invade the body, the lymph nodes detect it, prompting the production of white blood cells, such as lymphocytes and macrophages, to consume the invader. A viral infection sometimes causes the lymph nodes to swell up as a result of increased activity. When are we playing World of Horror again? Next Halloween. There were hospital beds stained with massive amounts of blood and gastric fluids. Next came the fourth and final image. It was an alien. More corpses with various labels. 6 hours passed, 12 hours passed, 18 hours passed. It looked as if someone had been attempting live trials with the antiviral agent. Osawa didn't consider the antiviral agent ready for release, but that was because his team hadn't conducted clinical trials on humans yet. And there was a good reason why such trials hadn't been conducted. How many won't make it to the next World of Horror stream? Oh, let's not think of that. That's kind of gruesome. There was no way to test the efficacy of the drug without an infected patient. Oh no. What have they done? What have they done? To run a proper clinical test, someone would first need to be infected with the UA virus. No matter how effective animal testing had been, if the drug proved ineffective on humans, that person would have a guaranteed death sentence. It was unthinkable to run trials that involved such deadly risk. And yet, as he looked over the images again and again, Osawa became certain. Without his knowledge, someone, presumably someone from Okoshi Pharmaceutical, had conducted human testing with the antiviral agent. I shouldn't watch this part. All this medical mumbo jumbo is elevating my blood pressure. It's fine. It's fine. Think of it like Star Trek, right? They say stuff, but you just gloss over it. The time markers on the corpses in the fourth image were surely there to mark the time elapsed since the onset of symptoms. A thorough trial would test the drug's effectiveness in those time frames. Osawa slammed his fist on the desk, enraged. This was nothing short of vile human experimentation in the guise of clinical testing. The people responsible could not be allowed to get away with this. There was only one person Osawa could trust to keep this under wraps. His boss, Makino. Are you sure though? Maybe Makino gave the go-ahead, gave the green light. He reached for his phone to call Makino, but he stopped short as soon as he picked up the receiver. He knew he was in no state of mind to have a calm, reasoned conversation right now. Turning to the CD player, he put on Aya Kamiki's latest album. Leaning back on his chair, he surrendered himself to I just want to listen to some sick tunes, some sick lyrics. Leaning back on his chair, he surrendered himself to her soothing tones. Bit by bit, he can feel himself returning to a calmer, emotional state, not taste. There had been a time when Osawa hadn't listened to music at all. In fact, he had no interest in the arts in general. Music, painting, cinema, lo-fi. Yeah, he just clicks on that channel. You know the one, the study channel? Lo-fi study on YouTube. It was only due to a simple coincidence that he had found Aya Kamiki. His daughter had asked for a CD as a birthday present, so he swung by at the store to pick one up. Since Kamiki's new album had just come out, there was a display for it in front of the shop. Something about the bright, colorful album packaging had drawn him in. After a time, Osawa could feel himself growing calmer. He took a nice deep breath. Then he dialed up Makino. He closed his eyes and tried to banish his nerves completely. Lucky's brain needs a reboot. I think the more stream drags on, the more I get dyslexic and words get mixed up together. Letters. At first, he took a nice deep breath. Then he closed his eyes and tried to banish his nerves completely. Inclining his head towards the music, he could feel the melody pervade his body. He could scarcely believe that there had been a time when he hadn't cared about music. Surely something that had such a strong effect on the body and mind alike also conveyed a deeper meaning. Osawa let the positive energy flow through him, buoying his spirits. Aya Kamiki is a real artist. You're getting DMCA'd now. Well, one way to go. At last, when his mood had sufficiently calmed under the music's influence, Osawa reached for the handset. Oh. The study door opened, and a stolid-faced man appeared in the doorway. I beg your pardon, Mr. Osawa. Would you mind coming to the living room for a moment? The detectives assembled in the living room all wore grave expressions. Oh, did I miss it? No! Oh, there is none. God damn it. Why do you guys keep gaslighting me? The room was brimming with tension, and Osawa felt it ramp up even further as he entered. What is it? He asked. Has something happened? The man who had come to find him turned to speak, hesitating at first. Yes. It turns out that your other daughter, Hitomi, has been abducted by an unknown Egads! It all comes together now. The girls who were abducted are his daughters. It all ties together. Nani? Abducted? Osawa's mind whirled. What are you talking about? Maria's the one who's been abducted. No, sir, you don't understand. I'm saying Hitomi had also been abducted in addition to Maria. Don't be redunculous. The night before, his daughter Maria gets kidnapped. And this morning, his other daughter Hitomi gets carried off when she goes to deliver the ransom? He never heard anything more outrageous in his life. We're sorry, sir. A detective was with her, but the police went on to explain that Hitomi had somehow managed to end up all by herself, and while she was alone, several individuals had forced her into a car and had driven off. Osawa could barely comprehend what they were saying. His mind was in a fog. The detective's words seemed to grow quieter and quieter. Osawa's strength drained from his body. His ability to process external stimuli began to drift far, far away. It's not possible. It can't be. Could no one keep them safe? Not me. Not anyone? My girl's there. Hitomi. Maria. It's not true. This is all just a bad dream. Some kind of sick joke. It's not true. It's all just a bad dream. It's a lie. It's a twisted joke somebody made up. Someone made this all up. Stop it. Stop it. Stop saying this. I don't want to hear it. Slowly, the ceiling began to spin. Then, Osawa's vision went awash with white. Bad end. The worst case scenario. Oh. Oh, he didn't do much progress today. All we had was 2 bad ends. No, that's not true. We went into another time frame. So we went from 10 to 11. Now we're at 11 to 12. But still, holy cow, was Osawa Exposition Central. Oh, we did Minarikawa as well. That's true. SOYAMAXed and ready. Right now we've got 5 characters. There might be more in the future. Let's talk about Kirby Doc. Kirby Doc is a pretty good acquired player for the Montreal Canadiens. I know they were playing a game prior to this, prior to the stream. I don't know if they won or not. But on that, funny enough, we're gonna call it there because we got another stream in 2.5 hours. We've got some. Oh, nice. Nice. We've got some Final Fantasy VIII coming up tonight, where all we do is play the cards, pretty much. So on that, thanks for watching, and we'll see you next time. Oh, we'll see you tonight. See ya. Bye-bye for now. See you next time.